Hey there guys, I'm back again, and this is the third time I'm filming this video, and I'm gonna try and just rush through it because it's just not happening for some reason. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, this is a video of my New Year's resolutions. Y'all know by now, if you follow me for a while, that I hate the word resolutions, yet it is what it is. For all the newcomers out there, I do this video yearly, and it's not just to post out videos and say, hey, these are my New Year's resolutions. It's kind of to, I guess, kind of to make a promise to myself that I can watch back and think, hey, I did that or I didn't do that. So that is basically what it is. Now, before I get started on my New Year's resolutions for this year, let's take a look back at my last year's resolutions and see whether or not I succeeded. So last year, the biggest thing was paying off my debt, and I did it. I am so freaking happy. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so excited about it. I am so glad. It's like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. The debt is paid. I did it all on my own without anybody's help, on my own terms, and I did it. I am so freaking happy. So I can finally check that little fella off. Up next is eating out the freezer. I know that's a little weird, but my freezer is over 400 liters. It's a lot, and I live alone. Well, now with the baby, but he's still a baby. So I know that sounds weird when I say that, but the freezer was jam-packed 400 liters. It's a hell of a lot of food, and I just wanted to eat the freezer out. That I did not succeed in. I'm just going to be honest, I didn't succeed because of pretty much Corona, and yes, I am a hoarder. I've always been a hoarder when it comes to food. I've never been the type where I do things last minute or I want to run out of things last minute, so I always have a stockpile at home, and I always make sure the stockpile is packed and it's not, you know, if I have milk, for example, like a complete carton, and I only have 2 more liters left. For people, that's a lot. 2 liters. For me, it's like, oh my god, I need to get another full carton. That's, I don't know, I've always been like that. I just don't like running after gee, how can I explain this like nicely without people getting all offended here? Because especially with Corona now, I know these hoarders, or in Holland they're called hamsters, people look bad on them, and people are like, oh my god, because of you, other people don't have anything, blah, blah, blah. First of all, loadable, because there's still more than enough in the stores, and second of all, it's not my problem that you did not think about getting your groceries on time. I'm sorry, it's not my problem. I did. I provided for my family and my loved ones, and I'm going to make sure that me and my family have more than enough to go on. So when Corona hit, I hoarded. I did. Like I said, I usually do that, but this time I did go kind of extreme. Not the toilet paper kind, though, because you always have a shower if you run out of toilet paper. That one I never really understood. But more so things for the house, like oil. I personally, in my cooking, use a lot of tomato sauce, so I made sure that I had a lot of tomato sauce, you know, flour, eggs, milk, that kind of stuff. So I hoarded, and I put a lot of things in the freezer. You can put raw things in the freezer, but you could also put cooked or baked things in the freezer, just, you know, to leave for meals. So my freezer's pretty much never been fuller. So, if Corona didn't hit, because I was doing a pretty decent job until Corona, for about 2 to 3 months, I was doing a pretty good job. You know, my freezer definitely declined a lot. But then, like I said, Corona hit, and I jam-packed it full. So, yeah, I was doing good, but I have to admit I failed at that one. Okay, so those 2 were definitely the biggest resolutions that I had, and especially the first one being the debt that I paid off. That was just a huge load off of my shoulders, and like I said, I managed that one. That was like my main goal for that year. So looking at this year, how can I say this nicely? There's a taboo and a stigma on people in debt. For some reason, people seem to think that the people that are in debt are people that have no control over their finances. Once again, I'm living proof loadable. people that are like so, I don't know, hit rock bottom. That is not true. If you own a house, if you have mortgage, you're in debt. If you study and you have a student loan, you're in debt. If you borrow 10 bucks from, I don't know, your friend or your neighbor, you're in debt, honey. So pretty much 99% out of the people out there is in debt. It's a normal thing. So let's just get rid of the stigma and the taboo. I mentioned this in last year's video. I want to be as young as possible and be debt-free, basically. I want to do it as quickly as I can. I do have a couple of more debts that need to be paid off, and one of them is the new resolution, the biggest one that I have for this year, which is paying off the debt again. And I have until December. Of course, before would be awesome. Last year I had till December. I paid it off in November, so I had 1 month like free. So I'm hoping to kind of achieve that goal this year as well. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna make it or not, but I'm gonna try, sure as hell. So that is, again, my biggest resolution, I guess, paying off that debt. And when I, like last year I paid it off, and then this year that I still have is the biggest one that I have. So you know, I just want to get rid of it. So that is number one. Number two is finishing off college. I'm actually studying. A lot of people don't know that, but I'm studying to be a realtor, and I need to be done by August 28th. So I hope I can manage, and I hope, of course, to get my diploma. If not, then I have to take more tests and blah, blah, blah. And it just sucks, especially now with Corona. Taking exams isn't really all that easy. Traveling isn't all that easy. So I'm hoping that by August 28th, my college, my school is done. I'm so hoping for it. That is my second resolution. I mean, those two just have to happen this year. Number one, I have to pay off my debt. And number two, I have to finish college. Else I paid all that tuition money for nothing, because I didn't reach my diploma. So my deadline is, like I said, August 28th. So let's pray to God that that happens. That is number two. Number three is something that has started last year and that I'm actually working really well on, which is, I know, before I say it, I said it in previous videos that is an ongoing thing, which is weight loss. And I don't think a woman, even when you reach your weight, you're still not going to be satisfied. It's just who we are as women. We're never satisfied. And we want to lose weight more. So that is my third resolution. I want to weigh back down to 75 kilograms. Honestly, I've never really weighed, I think once, 75 when I was my skinniest. I weighed 79. Well, actually, between 77 and 79. I was always kind of yo-yoing in between. Sometimes I was 77, sometimes I was 79, but it's always, you know, in between there. But right now, at this weight, I am 85. So in kilos, of course. Over here we have the metric system, and we don't do pounds, we don't do miles, we don't do feet. We do kilometers, meters, kilograms, liters, you name it. So when it comes to kilograms, like I said, I want to reach 75, so I got like 10 kilos to go. I think 10 kilos in a year should be doable. If I just lose 1 kilo a month, within 10 months, I should have reached that goal. It shouldn't be too hard, but you never know. I've been following a new kind of diet, but kind of not. And it works. My mom has followed that, and she has lost over 22 kilograms within 1 year. It is ridiculous. So I've been trying out, and I have already lost 7. So I'm really happy about that. But you know, I still want to lose more. So yeah, that's gonna be number 3. So number 4 is when I lose that weight. There has been one thing that I've been trying to make for so long, like over 7 years. I used to sew so much, but then life kicked in, studies kicked in, now my baby has kicked in. I know I say kicked in, but basically it's life, you know, and I don't really have the time for it. So this year I said, you know what, you lazy ass, get up off your lazy ass. You're going to finish college. You're going to make sure to lose weight. And then you're going to make a beautiful red velvet suit. I've always loved that idea. I've always wanted like this whole business suit, like the red business suit with like a with like a white blouse. But I've never really gone, you know, and making it. So this year, when I lose the weight, I definitely want to make that suit. Moving on, we have another resolution. I have a lot this year, and that is to buy. I have bought, I think it was 2 to 3 years ago, well, it's 21, so it's probably been 3 years ago that I bought my couches, and then a year after that I bought my big table and my chairs, and now I've seen a dresser that I really want within the style of the big table, and 2 like big closets that I want to put in my beautiful glasses and stuff like that. But it's hella expensive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, one of those things was about 1,000 euros, so times 3, that would be around 3 to 5,000 euros that I need to buy that. Yes, I have, don't ask me why, but I have quite expensive taste in furniture. It's not on purpose that it needs to be expensive. I just see what I like and I want what I want and what I like, and it always happens to be freaking expensive. I don't know, I can't help it. But I'm gonna see if I can find it somewhere cheaper, of course, but it's always around the 1,000-something euro mile. I mean, just my table alone was 1,100 euros, so, you know, the table with the chairs was 2,500, so there's that. So there are a couple of more smaller resolutions that I have, but I'm not gonna mention them right here because they're very private. But what I made for myself this year, kind of to remind myself, I placed it next to my computer because I sit, you know, a lot of my time behind the computer. So I placed this huge board and I basically made a mood board. I've written all my resolutions, and underneath I've looked up some images that I printed out, or if you have magazines, you could do it with magazines as well. Just cut it out and just, you know, put it on the whole mood board thing, and just basically look at it like every single day to make sure, like, hey, this is my goal, this is where I need to go. There was a whole documentary about it on, I think it was on YouTube, or was it on Discovery Channel? Gosh darn it, I can't remember. I have YouTube on my TV, so I watch a lot of documentaries. I love it. But there was one where they explained how our brain works, and that if you, for example, make a goal for yourself and just say, hey, this is going to be my goal this year, and you don't look at it anymore, you're probably going to forget, or you just kind of water it down, and, you know, basically you won't reach your actual goal, when in fact, when you put it on a mood board and you see it every single day, you will think about it more and more and more, and that will motivate you more. Our brain will kick in, and we'll make sure that we actually reach our goal. So I made my mood board with all of my resolutions, with all of the images as well, and hopefully by the end of the year, I'm gonna reach every single one of those resolutions. I really hope so. Now, as for YouTube, I know I promised last year, because I want to do that little separately during the end of the video. When it comes to YouTube, I know I promised I would make more videos, and unfortunately, I haven't really stuck to that, have I? Now, first of all, Corona hit. I'm not using it as an excuse, but honestly, it kind of is. And second of all, and most important of all, I was pregnant, and if you've seen my trimester videos, like my first trimester is up, and both versions of, well, versions, not versions, both parts of my second trimester are up. The third trimester, I'm gonna put in the third trimester plus labor story, because that kind of goes hand in hand. But I had a awful pregnancy. It was shit. It was horrible. I did not like it, and just labor straight out of hell. So I've had, you know, quite a tough year. I'm a single mom at that, so that's kind of the reason why YouTube is a little bit lower for me. It's not a priority. Like I said, this is not my job. This is just a hobby that I like to do. But unfortunately, with raising a child on your own, and of course you have to do everything else in life that we all need to do, and on top of that, I am studying as well. I am hella busy, and unfortunately that also means that I can't always, you know, be on time when it comes to YouTube. So I hope you guys understand. I'm sorry for that, but I promise I will do better, but probably, honestly, not this year, because this year, like I said, I want to focus on my study. I need to focus on my child, and Probably the year after that, YouTube will be a bigger priority. But for now, I apologize. Don't leave me because the giveaways are still open. The videos will still come, but like the unboxings, unfortunately, as you guys have seen, they are pretty late. So I'm sorry, I really do apologize, but I hope you guys understand that I'm struggling, you know, with time, with everything that I have to do. It's stressful. It's to all the single moms out there, y'all know what I mean. So hopefully, you know, you guys understand me a little bit better. I like to apologize for that. As for 2020, I think, like everybody else, it was a shit year. Like I said, my pregnancy was shite. We had an earthquake in Croatia, which was shite, and we had multiple after that. The only good thing, I think, last year was, number one, my son was born, of course. So I'm extremely, extremely happy about that. And that is pretty much like the highest point of last year. But then again, my labor and whole thing and all the things that happened afterwards were just shite again, so that was not good. And I paid off my debt, like I said. So those two things were the highlights, and the first one, of course, being my beautiful baby that was born. So that is pretty much the only positive thing I can say about 2020, honestly. I thought it was going to be such an amazing year, but I don't see 2021 becoming any better. I think we're going to be in lockdown for another year, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, you guys. I cannot wait for next year already, even though 2021 has just begun, because I kind of want to see whether or not I met my goals. Okay, guys, this video is way too long. I'm gonna give my baby some food because he's hungry. I'd like to thank y'all so much for watching. Once again, hopefully you guys understand my situation a little bit better. I will be back. Guns blazing. I want to say balls blazing. That's wow. That's not good. I will be back, I promise. But my son is number one priority, number one in my entire life, for my entire life, and the study is gonna take number two right now. So I hope you guys understand, at least until August. I'm gonna be quite preoccupied. Like I said, doesn't mean that there are not gonna be videos, because there are. I'm still doing the giveaway, so make sure to check out my giveaway. I just really hope you understand that they were maybe not on time. You know, a baby is a baby, and a baby has quite often, how can I say this? Non-cooperative days, let me put it that way. So whenever like I said, this video, this is the third time I'm filming it, because it just didn't happen. Okay, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Have you guys made, wow, I can't even speak. See, this is what I mean. This is what happens. I can't even talk normal. So have you guys made New Year's resolutions for yourself, or some goals that you're looking for this year to finish off? If so, let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe we could help each other when we're struggling. I'd like to thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!